Okay, so essentially, this man right here, Tom Schultz, was just elected as the chief of the Forest Service. He was, or I shouldn't say elected, rather appointed. There was no election process in making this man head of the Forest Service. He was just somebody who was selected by the Trump administration to fill a role that was previously filled by somebody Biden has chosen. It's relatively normal for America, but it's a weird process to not involve any, like, public say or election in, as far as I'm concerned. But this man, Tom Schultz, this entire article here is basically a puff piece about him, talking about how he has, tried his best to do whatever with the Forest Service lands, and he claims that his background, basically, and why he's qualified to be the chief of our forests is because he worked for this company called the Idaho Forest Group, in which he's still credited on their website everywhere, which let me show you here. The Idaho Forest Group, well, first off, when you go on their website and you try to click on sustainability, 404page.com, which is really just interesting considering they have an entire different section. If you go here, and here towards quote-unquote conservation efforts, a lot of people don't have the time to look through shit like this, but I frankly do. And there's this entire don't even let me get into that yet, but there's this entire basically like puff piece article of them talking about why what they're doing is helpful. And basically they use all of this evidence here. I looked through at every single piece of like evidentiary information that they offered, and their main reason for why their logging is good and normal is because it's helping to reduce quote-unquote forest fires. It says that increased forest resilience and decreased catastrophic fire risk are their literal purpose for logging. And they are exempt from sales tax by the state of fucking Idaho. They don't have to pay any sales tax on anything that they buy, but they can charge sales tax for people who buy from them. And the reason that they're tax exempt essentially is because of their quote unquote fire prevention logging measures. So they're basically saying if there's no trees, there won't be any forest fires. Like, this is not an exaggeration what I'm saying here. Like, that is what their data adds up to. Keep in fucking mind, one of the, and also let it be known that the Idaho Forest, whatever the fuck this is called, the Idaho Forest Group, is not just in Idaho. It affects Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming. Do you want to know what's in Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana? Fucking Yellowstone. Fucking Yellowstone. They are talking about Yellowstone. They are logging Yellowstone. And on top of that, do you want to know what really interesting to me? I was looking into what current, like, actual places that I could have gone in Yellowstone were affected, like visitor centers that I personally have been to that are being affected by these layoffs. And one of which is this Grant Visitor Center, which its entire purpose is educating people on the importance of forest fires in a natural forest ecosystem. Forest fires, the only people or the only thing, quote unquote, that it is truly harmful for is humans. Forest fires are a natural and, like, throughout history, normal thing to occur. Like, there are literal entire species of trees in Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming that are developed to be resistant to forest fires through evolution. You cannot sit here and tell me that logging is what's preventing fucking forest fires. Nature is what's preventing forest fires, and it's what's allowing forest fires. And you can't sit here and say that fucking logging all of the trees is a solution to forest fires or claim sustainability because you're preventing forest fires. Of course, if you take away the fuel, there's not going to be fucking fire. But what does that say about there being no trees now? Is that not fucking insane? That is, like, actually crazy business. They're going and they're defunding the research that is in the history. Like, this place isn't just a place where you go to learn about the forest fires. It is a collection of history and data samples throughout the entire existence of Yellowstone, documenting these forest fires and how they eventually lead to lush wildlife. Like, it is a normal and natural thing for a fire to come through and sweep out an entire populace and it slowly rebuild itself. Not only is it normal, but it's necessary for natural evolution and the growth of an ecosystem. And this fucking Idaho Forest Reserve, keep in mind, who is this fucking puff piece wrote by? None other than Tom fucking Schultz. None other than Tom Schultz. These fucking people are claiming that, one, we don't have to pay taxes because we are, quote unquote, helping the land by reducing forest fires, by taking away all the fucking trees. They're loggers. It's just a logging company. And this guy's trying to act like, what the fuck do you know about nature? What the fuck does this guy know about nature? He doesn't even look like he knows how to line a fishing pole. I'm done.